That's too low. Yeah. Hello, welcome back to the bottom. My name is Beast today. We're back with Clockwork Ley-Line. Daybreak of Remnants Shadow. I wasn't actually too tired after work today, so here I sit. Actually recording now. So, that's fancy. Anyways, Absolutio! Michiru's asleep. Michiru's still asleep in my room. She has quite a peaceful expression on her face. Even her breathing sounds relaxed. It's nothing more than a hunch, but I think she'll probably wake up soon. Yes? Oh, sure thing. I responded to knock my door and Muko and Murakuma into my room. I thought Muko was alone, but it's a bit unexpected. Huh? Why are you here, Shizuka? Nah, you're more than welcome. Yeah. Look over to the bed as I answer, and they do the same. Michiru continues her slumber unperturbed. Both of them look at her worriedly. She's fine. I'm pretty sure she'll wake up soon. Yep. Seems that he feels responsible for making her use her power. Well, he was the one who summoned her, so that's to be expected. Yeah, but it's fine. As I said, she'll be waking up soon. Well, this has happened several times before. Based on my past experience, it's around the time she should be coming too. Told you. See? Oh, see what I... Michiru opens her eyes as we're talking. That's the first thing she says after waking up, huh? It's a sign that she's gotten her energy back, I suppose. My bad, how are you feeling? As she gets up, she looks around the room and notices Muko and Murakuma, causing her to look away out of embarrassment. Seems a bit relieved now that he's heard straight from the horse's mouth the same response I gave. That being said, her condition this time was worse than in previous instances. I should probably have her rest a bit longer. Your face is still pale. Seriously, do not force yourself. As long as you know that. I pet her head, and as I say that, and she pushes my hand away, apparently not fond of the gesture. Okay, sorry. You have a wry smile and remove my hand, at which time I notice that Muko and Murakuma are staring at us. Michiru notices as well, and again turns away from them, embarrassed. This happens all the time, no need to worry. I don't think so. It's true that we don't act as close as he and Sumi do, but if I mentioned that, he'd probably get mad. Really? Muko turns from our conversation towards Michiru. Michiru then proceeds to look at me as if she's asking me what to do. Having picked up on that, Muko starts talking away. Nisha starts fidgeting awkwardly when she sees Muko give a deep bow. She's embarrassed about it, but she seems genuinely happy that she's being thanked. Oh, right, could I ask you two for a favor? No, I was just wondering if you two wouldn't mind looking after her for a while. Point to Michiru as I say that, and all three of them look perplexed. I've got a checkup tomorrow, and I've got to go to the hospital.
Huh? なんでお前そん... ダメ 今月はダメ。僕も行く。
What are you saying? Don't get up, just settle down for now. When I mention my regular checkup, Michiru springs up from the bed. I try to restrain her, but she gives it a satisfied look and glares at me. You haven't completely recovered yet. I'll go by myself.
やだ。
Oh, come on
絶
now!
対嫌。
Even if she says there's no way I can bring her along in this state. Going off past experience, if she doesn't rest now, her condition is only going to deteriorate. Seeing us like this, Murakuba looks confused.
ああ、定期検診ってなんだよ。
古賀君は以前から体に不調を訴えている部分があったんです。それで
ここに来る前から定期検診を受けてたってわけか。
はい。
As I'm trying to convince Michiru to stay here, Muko gives Murakumo a quick explanation. He seems to understand, but he still looks concerned given how frantic Michiru is being. Realizing that I'm not gonna budge on my decision, Michiru turns to Muko and suddenly grasps her hand.
お願いがあります。お
Could
兄
you
ちゃん
go
は
in her stead or something since you won't fucking let her go?
どうしたんですか、みちるさん。
病院についていてもらえませんか、一緒に。
With Michiru's hand still on hers, Muko is at a loss. I'm sure that even someone like her couldn't see this coming. Hey Michiru, enough's enough.
ぜひお願いします。お兄ちゃん一人だと心配なんです。
Listen to me, will you?
うるさい。お兄ちゃんは黙ってて。お願いします。
ええ、それは別に構いませんか。
Are you sure? She agrees to Michiru's request, perhaps due to the pressure being put on her.
本当ですか。
ええ、ついていきますから、そんなに心配しなくても。
よかった。なんだかごめんなさい。
She was so desperate a minute ago, and now realizing that she's still holding Muko's hand, rushes to release them. He's back to fidgeting and letting her eyes wander.
お前、ここまで心配されるほど悪いのかよ。
No, it's not really. She's worried about something unrelated to the hospital, but, well, it's not really that big of a deal.
はあ？意味わかんねえよ。
Yeah, I know.
自分のことだろうが。
I was going to start explaining, but then I realized how childish or rather simple of a thing it was and decided not to. Michiru probably doesn't want me to anyway.
とにかく確かに請け負いました。明日はきちんと古賀君に付き添います。
Plot twist, Michiru doesn't want to go home alone because that's where the nurse is, and the nurse constantly tries to get into his pants. She's trying to essentially make sure her brother doesn't get into trouble.
はい。本当にありがとうございます。
So it's settled that she's coming along with me tomorrow. If I refuse, Michiru would just start whining again, so I keep my mouth shut for now.
それでは彼女のことは村雲くんにお任せしてよろしいですか。
ああ、わかった。もう、みちる、お前はそれでいいのか。じゃあ、こいつのことは任せとけ。
Thanks.
いいえ、それでは失礼いたします。
じゃあ、またな。
See you. I see the two of them out of my room, but on second thought, I should probably talk to her about tomorrow. Michiru, I'll be right back. Hey, Muko.
何ですか。
I stop her out in the hallway and she turns to look at me, confused. Look, I know Michiru asked you to come, but you don't have to if you don't want to. There's no need for you to waste your day off.
ああ、その件ならお気になさらず。私も20年前のことが学園の外ではどう処理されているのか
Convenient.
調べてみたいと思っていたんです。君が検査に行く日に一緒に出かけて調べれば二度出かける手間は省けます。
Let's see. So basically coming with me to the hospital is just on the side. Our main objective is to do research.
それに人に頼まれて承諾したことはきちんと責任を持ってやり遂げます。
What? She's staring at me intently. Looks like she wants to confirm something about me. Feels awkward, almost like she's trying to say that nothing escapes
古
her.
賀君、何か様子がおかしくはないですか？
Am I? I don't think I'm any different from usual. I messed up. Saying that implies that there's something different about me. There's no way she wouldn't pick up on that. As expected, she looks at me with doubtful eyes.
私について来られると困るようなことでも？
I wouldn't say that.
どうしてです？
It's nothing. Well, whatever. Forget I said anything. She still doesn't look convinced. I'm fully aware that it was quite the inarticulate
わ
response.
かりました。それでは明日の朝、寮の前で待っていますので、
Sure.
遅れないようにしてください。
However, she doesn't press any further and simply turns and leaves after confirming where and when we're meeting. The next day, I'm meeting Muko outside the dorm today to go out. If I keep her waiting, I'll most likely be faced with her icy glare again, so I leave my room early in order to avoid that. However... The moment I set foot outside the dorms, I see Muko already there. I check my watch and it's clearly way before the designated time. How early did she get here? Must really hate being late. But it isn't the time to be pondering that. I arrived before our meeting times, I still made her wait. So as I run up to her, she looks over at me, having noticed my presence. Sorry for making you wait.
いいえ、私が早めに来ただけですから。
Well, yeah, but still.
それにしても、思っていたより早かったですね。君のことだからもっと遅くなるかと思いました。
Shouldn't you have taken your time instead then?
どうしてそうなるのですか？
If she thought that I'd be late, then there shouldn't have been any need for her to get here so early. Not to mention more than 10 minutes before the scheduled time. When I'm thinking that, she looks displeased and says this as if reading my thoughts.
私は待ち合わせの10分前に来るのは当然のマナーだという考えですので。
That makes sense, I guess.
では何の問題もないでしょう。それとも私が10分前に来ていることで君には何か不利益があるとでも？
Someone's feeling very confrontational today. So then why did you get here more than 10 minutes early? Right now it's exactly 10 minutes before when we promised to meet. She clams up, unable to refute me. For once, I'm the one questioning her and it makes me want to tease her. I get it. Are you the kind of person who gets excited the night before a school trip and can't sleep?
どういう意味ですか？
Means exactly what it sounds like. Did you get here early because you were too excited about our excursion?
そのように勘違いされるのは心外です。
Really now?
そうです。どうして私が君と出かけるのを楽しみにしなければいけないんですか？
He never specified going out with him. He could be talking about finding the clues. I'm just kidding. No need to get so angry. That was fun, but if I keep this up, I'll be in for it later, so I stop here. It should be obvious, but she's in casual clothes today, though I guess I am too. Gotta think of it. It's the first time I've seen her in something other than a school uniform. We've never had a need to wear anything other than that, so this is a refreshing experience.
何ですか？
She notices me staring at her and looks back at me with a displeased expression. Nothing, just thinking about how these are the clothes that you'd normally wear. When I answer her question, she looks even more
君
disgusted.
は本当に繊細な気遣いのできない人ですね。
Huh? Why are you so angry?
別に不機嫌ではありません。
It sure looked that way, though.
違います。
No matter how I look at it, she's clearly unhappy despite her stubbornly insisting that I'm wrong. That's because I was teasing her earlier. More or less what I do all the time, so I can't imagine that it would tick her off that much. Could it be that she didn't like how I was staring so hard at her clothes? That can't be. It was clearly my comment that annoyed her.
たく君という人は早く行きましょう。
Wait up.
何です？まだ何か？
Did you want me to say that clothes look good on you, or that you look cute in them or something?
なぜ私がそんなことを言われなければならないんです？
You were talking about tact, so I thought it might have been that.
そういうところが気遣いがなってないと言ってるのです。
She says that angry and briskly walks off. I seem to have dug myself into an even deeper hole. That much I can tell. Hey, wait, Muko! I run to catch up to her and immediately regret putting her in a bad mood. She was gracious enough to accompany me to the hospital, so I should pay her back in kind. Plan was to visit the hospital first and have my checkup finished in the morning. Then we'd go to the then we'd go do the research that Moko wanted to do. That's why we're here at the hospital now, but huh? Completely booked.
そうなんです。申し訳ありません。
Moko was at a loss for words after hearing that from the receptionist. It seems that some of the medical equipment was reserved and I can't have my checkup done right now. In other words, I'd have to wait for several hours. Well, nothing I can do about that. This throws a wrench into our plans, but all we have to do is reverse the order of events. Could I make an appointment for this afternoon then?
わかりました。午後からですね。
Yes, please. Once that's done, I notice that Muko is staring intently at me. She doesn't look pleased and clearly wants to say something to me. Now I know exactly what she wants to say
な
already.
ぜ朝から予約をしておかなかったのですか？理解不能なのですが。
You're right. Say the first thing that comes to mind. I'm unable to find a better response. It's not an argument that I can refute, as I'm being put on a tough spot. The nurse watching us
三
giggles.
吉くんはいつもお昼くらいに来てるもんね。その時間だと空いてるから予約なしでも行けるし。
Yeah, normally that'd be the case.
今日はこの後に予定が入ってからいつもと違う時間だったの？
You could say that.
そうか。
Hearing that, hearing the nurse trying to smooth things over, Muko goes quiet. I thought that she understood the reasoning, but instead I see an even more displeased expression on her
それ
face.
じゃあ予約しておいたから午後からまた来てくださいね。
Thanks. Handing me a card with the appointment time written on it, she waves goodbye with a grin on her face. I wave back and we walk away from the reception desk. I turn to look at Muko and see that her mood hasn't improved. She's been like this all morning. Though I suppose that I'm the cause of it. Do you want to get the research done first?
君は随分あの受付の人と仲がいいようですね。
Girl! Calm down! Jesus! Mother of jealousy! Several things are wrong with that sentence, but who cares, Huh? Oh, I've come here so many times that she remembers me now.
それで名前までよ。
A given name? What's wrong with that?
何でもありません。
She averts her gaze and grouchily walks off. Jesus Christ. Leaving the hospital, we head to the library to look for information about the incident 20 years ago, but we don't find anything
や
useful
は
to
り
us.
新聞記事になっていること以上の情報はありませんでしたね。
Yeah, there are only articles saying that a bolt of lightning struck the school. So swept under the rug as nothing more than a freak
実
accident.
際にきっかけは事故だったという可能性もありますね。ですが20年前に何か特別なことがあったのは間違いないと思うのですが。
Yeah. We've looked through everything that seemed vaguely irrelevant, but in the end there was nothing that described anything more than that accident. Finding it pointless to continue, we'd take a break and come to a cafe near the hospital.
しかし落雷事故とみなされているのはわかるのですが不可解な点もあります。
Must have been on our mind the entire time we were looking
事
into
故
it.
のことと一緒に行方不明者の名前も記事に載っているかと思ったのですが。
But there were only the confirmed victims, huh? I wonder why.
考えられる事情としては行方不明になった生徒については扱いが微妙なラインだったのかもしれません。
What do you mean?
死亡したのかしていないのか明確に判断できなかったのかも。
She responds with that and continues following the train of thought.
もしくは行方不明扱いですらない存在そのものがなかったことになっている。
Is that even possible? Having people going missing is a huge deal.
それはまだわかりません。でも現にそのような扱いになっています。ムツキのこともそこまでニュースにもなっていませんでしたし。
Yeah, that's
魔術
true.
の力を使えばある程度の情報統制はできるという。
She just thinks out loud with her head tilted, but it's still nothing more than conjecture. Just means that we don't have all the pieces to the puzzle
で
yet.
きればもう少し手がかりが手に入ればいいのですが。
It's gonna be hard. If there is more information out there, finding it would be easier said than done.
まだ 今の状況では考えをまとめきれない。
Might be the first time I've seen her this distressed. Usually she'd come up with a solution in no time at all, but not today. Goes to show how much the incident 20 years ago was shrouded in mystery. In any case, it doesn't seem like we'll be able to find anything else by searching outside the school.
そうですね。
I'm sure we'd get the same results elsewhere, which means that spending any more effort like this is
当
pointless.
時の関係者に話を聞ければいいのかもしれませんが、20年以上前ですから。
Since it happened within the school, I doubt asking the students' parents would do us any good, and they probably don't want to be reminded of it.
その時に生き残った生徒を探すという手もありますが、まずそのためには生徒名簿を探さなければ。それにしても外部ならもう少し何か資料があると思ったのですが、自己扱いではあの程度になってしまうのですね。
Yeah. There were no accounts of the missing students. So if only there were something that would give us even the slightest hint. Was it not considered serious enough matter at the time? Let's do another thorough search at the principal's office when we get back. Maybe you'll find a list of students from 20 years ago.
そうですね。
There could be a bunch of hidden places we don't know about, so we'd have to look over the entire campus
大
too.
変な手間にはなりますが、とりあえず今はそれ以上に策はありません。
You can ask Tsubaki for help. She'd probably know about some place that would come across as odd.
風紀委員長代理の身分さんにはあまり他のことで負担をかけさせたくありませんが。
Yeah, let's talk to her when we get back. She nods and takes a deep breath after sipping from the cup of black tea before her. Given the heavy nature of the topic, it seems that she's gotten over what happened at the hospital. After researching at the library and discussing our next step here, her anger has subsided. She looks extremely calm as she drinks her tea. No, wait, how much sugar are you putting
甘い
in?
ものは頭の働きを活性化させるんです。
Speaking of which, there was one time when she just kept dumping sugar into her tea. Does that even taste good? Hey, Muko.
何ですか？
That was one time you put a ton of sugar into your tea and drank it, right?
そんなこともありましたね。
Does it actually taste good? Doesn't it become sugar water at that point? Ask that as I drink my coffee and she furrows her brow ever so
あれ
slightly.
はあれで甘くて美味しいものですから、そんなゲテモノみたいに言われる筋合いはありません。君にはどうせわからないんでしょうね。
Huh? Why?
それです。
She was referring to the coffee I'm drinking. She frowns as she stares
君
at
は
me.
どうせブラックですよね。
How'd you know?
だと思いました。君はどうせ砂糖もミルクも必要ない人生なのでしょ。
Suppose that's for someone with a huge sweet tooth like her drinking coffee with or without either of those things is unbelievable. Though there are plenty of people in the world who also drink their coffee black. What, you can't drink it black?
その言い方は心外です。
Why, it's the truth, no?
違います。飲めないのではなく、飲まないのです。
I see.
そうです。その言い方では大きな誤解を生みますので。
She resumes drinking her cup of tea. Doesn't seem like she put that much sugar in this time, though.
お待たせいたしました。ご注文のアフタヌーンティーセットです。
あ、こちらです。
テーブルの上、失礼しますね。
はい。
In the middle of our conversation, the waitress comes with the cakes she ordered, but it's a 3-tier stand with an assortment of different cakes. You're not eating all of those, are you? Oh, who am I kidding? She's absolutely eating every single one of those. In my view, there's way too much for one person to finish, but Mukos doesn't even bat an eye after seeing it. What was she thinking when she ordered this? After putting it down, the waitress bows and leaves. That sure is a
そ
lot.
うですね。
It did say in the menu that it comes on a stand, but didn't think it'd be this big.
ええ。
I don't know what's going through her mind right now as she's gazing at this incredible assortment of pastries. Her expression hasn't changed, but get the feeling that she's comparing them to each other. She's trying to figure out which one to start with. As I'm pondering that, I see that she seems a little more excited than usual. You plan on finishing that by yourself?
何か問題でも？
No, not at all. It'll only dampen her mood again if I said anymore. I keep quiet and watch her as she finally fixes her gaze on one. Seems that she's decided. She She reaches out for the strawberry shortcake and transfers it to her plate, never taking her eyes off of it. She slowly takes a bite of the cake, topped with a mountain of whipped cream. The next moment her eyes open wide and her expression brightens.
美味しい
Adorable. I've never seen her make this face before. I guess this was a home run for her. Her radiant expression makes her poker face a minute ago seem like a lie. There's a look of ecstasy on her face, actually. What the this man's rage is out here with a striped polo shirt. Is that it? Damn. I see her happily savoring every bite she takes. It's rare for her to so openly display her emotions. Might just be the very first time I've seen this before. I've witnessed something very precious. It's proof of how tasty the cake must be. Hey, does it really taste that good? Not only to look so fucking offended. What? She looks a bit annoyed at my question. Her happiness vanishes due to my interrupting her supreme bliss. I brace myself for what's to come, knowing that I've been souring her mood all day
どうせ
long.
君は甘いものは嫌いでしょ
Huh? How did you come to that conclusion? I don't recall ever saying that. Did you assume that because I can handle bitter and spicy foods? I don't dislike them at all.
え
Why do you think that? I'm curious.
だって
Go on. As I wait for her to respond, she starts mumbling. How cute.
君は辛いものが好きだからてっきりそれに今だってそんなコーヒーを飲んでいるじゃありませんか
I knew that would be the reasoning behind it, but that seems uncharacteristic of her. I wasn't expecting such a sloppy deduction from you. Just because I like spiciest things doesn't mean I hate sweet things.
そうですね
There are people out there who enjoy both.
確かにそうです
She looks back and forth between me and the cakes, fidgeting all the while. She glances at the cake she started on, the uneaten ones on the stand, and then back to me. The cakes are occupying more of her attention than I am. Her hands have completely stopped moving. She looks like she's carefully cataloguing the cakes that are on the stand. It's obvious that what she's trying to get at. She's trying to be considerate and wants to figure out how many of the cakes she'd be willing to part with and share with me. This is amusing. Hey,
何ですか
I've never had any of the cakes from the stand before.
そうなんですか
I said about deliberately staring at the cakes, and she's taken aback by this revelation. She'd normally be more suspicious of my behavior, but I'm not seeing that at all right now. Yeah, although I've been here several times before since it's close to the
で
hospital.
はなぜ食べたことがないのです
It's hard for a guy to order sweets when he's by himself.
なるほどそういうわけですか
She accepts my forced excuse. I'm pretty sure I'm not imagining the reluctance in her face. However, she soon seems to have strengthened her resolve and put some of the cake onto a plate, offering them to
これ
me.
よかったらどうぞ
Her hands appear to be trembling slightly as they hold the plate. Seeing her like this really makes me want to tease her even more. Huh? Not few. Okay. It's just... At this point, you're just being an asshole. Reminds me, I had a stupid video idea. And then the stupid video idea is 100% because I saw another video and decided, you know what, that'd be fun to do. So let's see if I'll actually do that. She goes stiff, the plate's still in her hand. I bet she never saw that coming. She thought about this if she thought about this carefully, she would have noticed that I'm acting out of character, but she's always been weak to curveballs. Look at how many there are. There's no way you could finish that many by yourself.
それは
She's unable to deny the truth that I'm sure she was already well aware of. Now then, I wonder how she'll react.
すみませんもう少し増やします
She picks out a few more cakes from the stand and stacks them onto the plate. The number of cakes on either of them is gradually evening out.
どのくらいがいいですかやはり半分ずつくらいでしょうか
Her voice is faltering, dismayed about having to compromise. Well, Scott, at this... Like, he's teased her enough. At this point, just go, you know what? I'll just eat the leftovers, you know? Like, you can... you probably want to try each of the cakes at least once. You can do that. I'll just eat the rest. Her voice is faltering, dismayed about having to compromise.
古賀君
This is too funny. She looked so serious that I couldn't help but burst into laughter. Her eyes opened wide in surprise because she finally figured out that I was teasing her.
何なんですか君は人がせっか
My bad, I can't eat it because of my checkup, so go ahead and enjoy yourself.
くじゃあ最初からそう君趣味が悪すぎますよ
Again, I'm sorry, I wanted to tell you the truth earlier, but I couldn't help it since you looked so reluctant. I might have gone a bit too far. He's so mad that he's unable to say anything. I totally deserve it, but I fear for what will happen if I don't calm her down somehow. I'm really sorry, I went too far. Go ahead, you can finish off the cakes. Cut off a piece of cake with a fork and extend it before her. I'm sure she'll feel better once she takes a bite of the cake she loves so much. With a complicated expression on her face, she simply stares at the fork. Not eating it?
食べます
Here, eat up. Slowly move the fork closer to her mouth and she eats it off of it. I was expecting her to take the fork from me, but instead she acts like a baby chick being fed. Is it good?
美味しいです
She responds, looking dejected. I hand her the fork, which she meekly accepts, and she starts digging into the cakes. She's not entirely satisfied, but at the very least, she seems mildly happy as she's eating. It's amazing how what good food can do, and the scene puts a smile on my face.
何ですか
Nah, nothing. I'm just glad that you're enjoying it.
そうですか
Eating her cake was the right choice. Normally she would have lashed out at me more, but there's none of that right now. Adorable. She smiles contentedly, not noticing my gaze. I guess she becomes honest when she's eating her beloved sweets. If not for that, she would have never eaten the piece of cake I offered her like that. There's still time till my checkup, so there's no need to rush.
はい
She might not have realized it herself, but after finishing the cakes, her mood has taken a complete 180. Her grumpiness from this morning was completely overwritten by the joy she's experienced. With that taken care of, we head straight for the hospital, as it's almost time for my appointment. Watch her mood immediately go back the moment the nurse calls Mitsuyoshi once. It's time for my checkup, and we're back at the hospital. Even though her business was complete, Muko is still tagging along. I don't mind if you want to kill some time else somewhere else.
お気になさらず
Yeah, but I'd hate making you wait for me. If only it weren't for Michiru practically forcing the task upon her. Muko can't do anything other than wait while I get my checkup done, and that doesn't exactly sound like fun. But coming along with me was just as an aside to the research anyway.
確かに私の調べ物は終わりましたので古賀君の付き添いはついでになりますね
Itch.
ですがみちるさんから君に付き添ってほしいと頼まれていますから
It's very much like her to suddenly refuse to break the promise she made with Michiru. Even if I begged her to wait for me somewhere else, she'd just demand a
ですか
reason.
らきちんと最後まで付き添わせていただきます
Well, if you insist. She's probably been suspicious of my behavior this entire time, and so she says
昨
quietly.
日からどうも君の態度が煮え切らないのですがそろそろ事情を説明していただいてもよろしいでしょうか
Well, there's nothing really going on. It's just hard to talk about. Basically, I'm embarrassed about exposing private life in front of others. How am I supposed to explain
それ
that?
とも何か私には説明できないことでもあるのですか
That's not it.
ではご説明くださいますか
You see,
古賀さんお待たせしました
my name is called as I'm about to explain the delicate matter. Turning to the direction of the voice, I see a lone nurse standing there. Oh,
お
there's the
体に
nurse.
お変わりはありませんか
Nothing major, I don't think.
急に体調が悪くなったり気分が悪くなったりなんてことも起こってませんか
Since my last visit, none in
以
particular.
前の検査以降は良好ということですね。
Yeah, I guess so.
はい、お変わりがないようなら一安心です。
Thanks for your concern. After this brief Q&A session, she gives you a big friendly smile.
三吉くん久しぶり。元気みたいでよかった。ほっとしたよ。
Yep, that's that nurse is listed in the fucking VNDBs for this game. However, it says that it's apparently a PS Vita exclusive. Maybe it's just PS Vita exclusive for the first game. That's potential. The music always fucks up the moment I'm not on the game. It's real fucking weird. This music is highly cursed. Oh no, apparently it's only... What? Okay. I guess the VNDB page is just wrong. Hold on, I need to... Can't not exactly answer when I try to close my browser and the only thing the last thing I see is a message like I can't trust like 90% of my IRL friends anymore. Like, okay, I'm not supposed to worry. Anyways. Yeah, I've told you before that there's nothing to worry about.
でもやっぱり検査とかあると心配になるじゃない。どうしてるのかなっていうのも気になってたし。普段何してるとか今は全然わからないわけでしょ。三吉くん全然メールとかくれないしさ。
I've mentioned this before, but I don't get reception where I'm staying now.
そうだったっけ。でも元気そうで本当によかった。
And I see you're still as hyper as ever, Mio.
病院で看護師が暗いと大問題でしょ。
Good point. I was so absorbed in our conversation that I almost forgot about Muko. Seeing me chatted up with a nurse who came out of nowhere has made her frozen stiff as if time has stopped for her.
Oh?
And she noticed Muko as well. Hey, Muko?
誰三吉くんの連れだったの？かわいい女の子。今日はみちるちゃんと一緒じゃないのね。
Faced with the same vigor that Mio had when interacting with me, Muko winces. Could it be that she's never dealt with this kind of person before? She's...
わかった。三吉くんの彼女だ。違います。
Muko instantly denies before I can say anything. Mio and I are both shocked at the speed of her response.
あれ？違ったんだ。ごめんね。早とちりしちゃった。
はい。勘違いは早く訂正しておく必要があると思いましたので、こちらこそ失礼な言い方をしてしまいました。
いえいえ。
She's surprised that Muko is bowing and apologizing to her. She looks over at me for an explanation. This is Fushimi Mio. She's a nurse who's done a lot.
はじめまして。伏見です。
獅子型に牛尾と申します。
牛尾ちゃんね。ちゃんと覚えたわよ。
With a beaming smile, Mio stares intently at Muko. She says nothing as she accepts the unreserved gaze. She should probably stop staring.
ごめんね。可愛い子だからつい。ごめんね、牛尾ちゃ
ん。いえ、私は別に。
んで、どうして一緒に？
After their brief introductions, Mio asks an innocent question. It's to be expected considering that Michiru usually comes with me, and on top of her being absent, I brought a different girl along. She's here to keep me company in Michiru's stead. Michiru wasn't feeling well, and yet she kept insisting on coming with me, so I convinced her to settle for having someone else come.
あー、なるほどね。みちるちゃんは私のこと心配しまくりだもんね。わかるわ。
Don't make it sound like I'm going to assault you.
あー、ごめん。そんなこと全然ないのにね。
Ushio's over here like, oh, are you sure? Experience tells me otherwise, even though there was weird magic involved. I should probably stop letting her have her way. Do you think I'm spoiling her too much?
そんなことないんじゃない？なんだかんだ言ってみちるちゃんだってお兄ちゃんのこと好きだから病院についてくるんでしょ？
You think? All she does is complain and she gets angry whenever I'm talking to you. I can't see it as her coming here just because she wants to.
みちるちゃんは君に子供扱いされるのが嫌なのよ。私と君が話してるとどうしても話についてきにくくなるでしょ？
Ah, it sounds like she's being childish and hating being left out.
そうでしょうか。
Huh?
いえ、何でもありません。どうぞ続けてください。
She says that expressionlessly. I bet she's already figured out the reason why Michiru wanted her to come with me. Granted, I don't completely understand Michiru's thought process.
しかしみちるちゃんのお願いなのか。いろいろ納得いったわ。そうだよね。こんなに可愛い彼女が三吉くんにできるなんておかしいと思ってたんだよね。
What's that supposed to mean?
そのままの意味だけど、自分の胸に手を当ててよーく考えてみればわかるんじゃない？
Nothing's coming to mind.
嘘、それって問題あると思うよ。
She says that mercilessly and I'm unable to respond. Whenever I talk to her, it always ends up like this.
ごめんなさい。久しぶりに会ったからちょっとおしゃべりしすぎちゃったね。
Yeah, you're
それ
right.
じゃあ今日はみちるちゃんじゃなくて牛尾ちゃんが一緒に行きましょう。
はい、よろしくお願いいたします。
Sorry for making you go through all this.
別に。
Mia starts walking and Muko follows not far behind her. I hurry to catch up and we proceed into the interior of the hospital. Hey,
何
Muko.
でしょうか。
You understand the situation now, right?
どの事情でしょうか。
Why Michiru asked you to come with
み
me?
ちるさんにとって伏見さんの存在が問題だということはなんとなくわかりますが。
Well, maybe not a nuisance, but she doesn't look my way the entire time we're talking. She mechanically stares straight ahead at Mio's back. Things aren't looking too swell. Her mood's back to what it was before those cakes. Michiru's not worried about my health, so there's really no need for you to stay with.
いいえ、頼まれたことですから。
She interrupts me with a voice that's filled with thorns. If my hunch is correct, her level of displeasure is at the highest it's been all day. Perhaps it's due to... perhaps it's because I'm so accustomed to talking to Mio, but I often end up forgetting about the other people around me. And Muko, given her character, just doesn't get along with people with someone as energetic as Mio. I should probably be more
この
careful.
病院は患者とスタッフを名前で呼び合うという決まりでもあるのでしょうか。
Huh? What do you ask?
それとも君が無頓着に誰彼構わず愛想を振りまいているだけですか？
Don't make it sound like I did anything. It's because Mio started calling me Mitsuyoshi all the time that everyone started copying her.
では伏見さんとはなぜそのように？
I think I see her expression grow sterner. She's not saying anything, but I can feel her demanding an explanation right this instant, which makes me uneasy. Wait, why am I panicking? I haven't done anything wrong. She used to live in the same neighborhood as us before the fire happened at my house, so I've known her ever since before she became a nurse. She was the oldest one out of all the kids in the neighborhood, and even now I can't win against her. Michiru and I moved after the fire, and we didn't keep in touch, but then we happened to reunite at this
な
hospital.
るほど、そういうわけですか。納得いきました。
In spite of what she says, her expression remains the same. Honestly, I lose a lot of arguments I have with Mio, and I don't want her to see that. I don't want to show her my weakness. It'd really help if she left now. So, you're still planning on staying with me?
当たり前でしょう。みちるさんとの約束なのですから。それとも私がいると何か不都合なことでもあるのですか？
No. She finally turns to face me, but I'm met with a glare, causing me to flinch and
では
stammer.
最後まできっちり付き添いますので。
Alright, sorry for wasting your time like this. Her tone of voice makes it difficult to go against her. Sometimes she gets angry at me and I have no idea why. The best option would be to just bear with it.
二人とも仲良しだね。本当に付き合ってるとかじゃないの？
何度も言いますが違います。
Mio turns her head to ask us that, and again Muko shoots it down with incredible speed. Well then, I feel bad about this, but wait here for me.
はい、私のことはお気になさらず。
Seeing off Koga after he changed into an hospital gown, I wait outside the room by myself. I don't know how long his examination will take. However, having to wait until it finishes, it doesn't bother me. Maybe it'd be a good idea to use this time to sort out the knowledge I've obtained. As I consider that, I noticed someone approaching me.
牛尾ちゃん、一人で待つの退屈じゃない？
I turn to see who it is and find Fushimi. She looks at me with a smile on her face. Like this, she gives off the vibe of an extremely kind and sociable person. In a way, she's similar to Mutsuki.
検査が終わるまで10分くらいかな。その間ちょっと待っててね。
わざわざありがとうございます。
いいのいいの。三吉くんが連れてきた女の子だから気になってるんだ。
そうですか。
うん。
She nods and for some reason sits down beside me. She then shamelessly proceeds to stare at me.
さっき自己紹介したけど、私、伏見美代。昔は三吉くんとみちるちゃんの家の近所に住んでたの。
それは先ほど古賀くんにお聞きしました。
三吉くんたちが引っ越した理由も牛尾ちゃんは知ってるのかな？
はい。
そっか。検査の理由も？
She stares at me even harder after I nod. Her eyes are brimming with curiosity, and I don't mean that in a good way. She's being awfully rude.
じゃあ、私と三吉くんがこの病院で久しぶりに再会したことは？
それも聞きました。
三吉くん、牛尾ちゃんには何でも話すんだね。
Her smile hasn't faded this entire time. There's some sort of meaning behind it. I can't tell since I barely even know her. What she said about him telling me everything is incorrect. Whether it be about his illness or his sister, I deduced all of it from information I acquired. It wasn't him telling me of his own accord.
ところで、二人はどういう関係？牛尾ちゃんと三吉くんってどこで知り合ったの？
どういう関係と言われましても。
あ、もしかしてみちるちゃんの同級生かな？
はい。ほぼそういう関係です。
That's quite far from the truth, but there's no need for me to explain everything that's happened till now, so I simply nod. Even if I wanted to explain it, I'd have to realize Koga transferred into our school in place of Michiru. I really don't feel that it's necessary.
なんでしょうか。
It feels like she's been trying to appraise me. That feeling's getting stronger by the minute. What are her true intentions? It's bugging me, oddly enough.
知らなかったな。三吉くんってこういうタイプの子が好みだったんだ。
は？
My voice comes out by itself. It takes me a few seconds to fully process what she said out of the blue.
一体何の話ですか？
あれ、やっぱり彼女じゃないの？
違うと二度も言ったはずです
が。ごめんね。私てっきり照れてごまかしてるだけなのかと思っちゃって。
I fail to comprehend what could have possibly led her to believe that. On what grounds did she interpret my reaction in that
そっ
way?
かそっか。じゃあ、牛尾ちゃんの片思いか。
Her next words rendered me unable to do anything but shout with a surprised voice. The astonishment causes me to stand up and Fushimi giggles at me. Why is she finding so
牛尾ちゃ
funny?
ん、病院ではお静かに。はい、座って座って。
はい。
My cheeks flush after realizing the force with which I had reflexively sprung up. Paying careful attention to my actions, I sit back down and stare back at her. She's still all smiles.
その誤解です。
そっか、誤解か。
I respond while keeping my volume in check while she looks at me warmly. She's taking complete control of the conversation. So this is what Koga meant when he said that he can't win against her. I can't let things keep going like this. She'll make a fool out of me if I don't calm down and do something about the situation. Calm down, Ushio. Don't let something so ridiculous throw you for a loop. If I calm down and be my usual self, I'm sure I can launch a counterattack.
で、三吉くんのどういうとこが好きなの？
別に好きではありません。
好きじゃないのにわざわざ付き添ってるの？
みちるさんに頼まれただけです。
I'll be fine. No matter what she asks, I'll have a proper answer. I'm only here at Michiru's request. I'd wanted to come out to do some research anyway, so it worked out. There's no other reason than that. She'll never get to hear what she's hoping to hear from me.
本当にそれだけなの？
ええ、そうです。具合が悪そうなみちるさんの頼みを無下にはできませんから。
She probably wants to have fun seeing me flustered, but if I respond like this, I'm sure she'll get bored and leave soon enough.
伏見さんは この場にいても大丈夫なのですか？
どうして？
今はお仕事の途中ではないかと思うのですが。
ああ、そうだね。
She continues to smile, but I can instantly sense that there is a different feeling concealed within it now. She must be losing interest now that I'm keeping my calm. I can easily tell when there are changes in someone's emotions.
そういえば、牛尾ちゃん知ってる？
主語がない話をされても理解できません。
あのね、三吉くんのここのとこ、面白い形のあざがあるんだよ。
It's a trap. It's gonna be somewhere that's extremely hard to spot until he's naked, and she's gonna be like, "Wait, no, that's not true," which is just gonna give away the fact that she's seen him naked. She points towards her inner thigh as her gaze remains fixed on me. My mind blanks out at this unexpected
お花
topic.
みたいに可愛い形の。知ってた？
My brain finally resumes its normal operations. Firstly, what is she aiming for? It's obvious that she's trying to agitate me by waving around a suggestive topic like that. From there, she's trying to draw out my true feelings. That much is easy to figure out. There's still one serious matter. Did Korga really have a birthmark on his inner thigh? No matter how much I think back to that incident, I can't recall him having a birthmark there. I was frightened at the time, but if it really were something that peculiar, there's no way I would have missed it. In which case, there's only one possible conclusion. She's lying, and it's a leading question.
いえ、知りませんでした。
Okay, she didn't
そうな
fall
の
for
です
it.
か？
I sort out my thoughts and give a composed response, which caused a curious expression to appear on her face. Most likely because I didn't answer in the way she was expecting. However, her reactions are matching my expectations perfectly. I knew that she just wanted to see me
お話
flustered.
はそれだけですか？
Thanks for waiting. Seems I'd lost track of time when I was talking, as Korga's examination is finished. Stand up as if nothing happened and walk up to him. You're with me, huh?
へえ、私が退屈だろうと話し相手をしてくださっていました。何ですか？
No,
と
nothing.
ても親切な方だなと思いましたよ。
Yeah, she is. Thanks for that meal.
全然。
それでは次の検査ですね。次はどちらですか？
Yeah, over there. I've still got a lot to get through. Are you going to be okay?
当然です。
Alright.
ああ、じゃあ次の場所まで行きましょう。
Sure thing. Once again, Koga and I walk side by side behind Fushimi.
あれ、今ので無反応って三吉くん本当に脈なしなのかな？
She seems to be muttering something to herself, but I can't quite make out what she's saying. Though something did... First off, completely forgot to talk about this. I was literally just in the middle of work when I realized, wait... The foreshadowing for Umaru was already in the scene where they found the fucking flyer that Nico drew, because he's bad with years. Years is just simple math. So quite clearly, the hypnosis was interfering with his ability to, you know, deal with years, since it was still covering up the whole 20-year ago accident. Anyways, as I was about to say, that did reveal something. She expressly said she's trying to draw, like, Ushio expressly thought she's trying to draw out my true feelings. So, Ushio is 100% aware of the fact that she likes the man. She's just not admitting it. By the time all my examinations are done, it's already evening. Having received the results, I would normally be going to change and then leave. Normally, that is. Does happen often, but it's somewhat troublesome this time. As I try to figure out how to explain things, I unconsciously sigh. Mook seems to have picked up on it and gets up from her seat to walk over to me.
どうかしましたか、古賀君。
Well, it's
ちょっ
just...
と、何です？君の話からすると、これで検査はすべて終わったはずでは？
There goes my plan of lying to her and saying that I still had some. I'm kicking myself for explaining the whole thing to her at the beginning.
何かあ
Well,
ったのですか？
yeah, it's not anything serious, but you see, there was a bit of a mistake, and I have to get re-examined. It'll probably take a while, so you head back first. Her expression stiffens
検査
slightly.
結果を教えてください。
Her sharp intuition can be such a pain sometimes. It's not like they were bad or
君
anything.
の主観は聞いていません。正確に検査結果を教えてくださいと言ったのです。
There's nothing I can do. She won't back down until I tell her the truth. I didn't want to cause her any unnecessary worry, but I don't think she'll let me keep quiet about it any longer. There were subnormal values, so I have to do some tests tomorrow. She gasps, rendered speechless by my statement. It's not as big of a deal as it sounds, and it happened many times before. Anyways, I'll be staying here tonight, so could I ask you to go back by yourself? Hey, Muko. You're listening to what I said.
ええ、今までにも何度かあると。
I was worried that she was too shocked by it, but it looks like she was listening after all. However, she continues to stand still and say nothing. Hey,
はい。
are you not heading back?
え、
Like I said, I'm staying the night since I have to redo the tests tomorrow. Can't go back with you, and I feel bad about it after you... And I feel bad about it after you stuck with me the entire day, but... Did you happen to miss that part? She stares at me curiously for a while. Does she fully grasp what's going on yet? She finally comes to an
今ま
understanding.
でにも何度か同じことはあったんですよね。一泊して再検査することが。
That's right.
では、以前同じことがあったとき、みちるさんはどうされていましたか？
This situation is going to go very badly. Huh. The conversation's starting to head in the right direction. Regardless, I don't have the option of not answering. She stayed with me and we'd leave together the next day after getting the
わかりま
results.
した。
Understand what? I have a bad feeling about this! And I'm pretty sure that feeling is going to be exactly what happens next.
私も泊まります。
Seriously?
何か問題でも？
No, but... No, actually. Yes, but... There is an issue with that. It's okay since Michiru is his little sister. You're an unrelated girl that he has had sex with before. Unrelated as in no familiar relation. Clearly not unrelated that, like completely is. There is a relation of fellow schoolmates.
みちるさんが付き添われていた時に泊まられていたのなら、私も泊まって最後まで検査結果を確認する義務があります。
Obligated, huh? Completely serious. I never thought that she'd feel so indebted towards Michiru, but it might have been inevitable given her personality. But if you stay, then it means, we'll be in the same room together.
それくらい分かっています。
Oh, okay. She's not going to listen to me if I leave her, tell her to leave. He's talking about obligations and stuff after all. It's painfully obvious that trying to convince her otherwise is going to get me nowhere. Well then, I'm looking forward to your company.
はい。
She has a meek look on her face as she nods. I certainly wasn't expecting this to happen, but I can't deny that it's somewhat disconcerting. It's not like we're handcuffed together like that one time. This should be no big deal. Koga leaves to fill in the paperwork required to stay for the night. He's also going to take the necessary steps to allow me to stay with him. This has taken up a lot of my time, but something tells me that I shouldn't leave him alone no matter what.
牛尾ちゃん
While I'm waiting for Koga, I hear Fushimi call out to me. I give her a nod as she takes a seat beside me.
付き添いで泊まることにしたの？
はい。
やっぱり心配？
はい。
I nod as she looks back at me warmly. She knows the circumstances surrounding Koga's condition and the details of it. It's part of her job. If she's able to make that face while being privy to that knowledge, I can tell that she truly wants to avoid causing unnecessary anxiety to those close to the
あの
patient.
ね、そこまで心配しなくても大丈夫だよ。再検査で一泊する人って三吉くん以外にも結構いるんだからね。
そうなんですか。
ええ、だからそんな顔しなくても大丈夫。
はい。
I can tell that she's trying to reassure me. However, I can't come to terms with that so readily. I know almost nothing about Koga's illness. I understand that it's a rare condition, but I'm clueless as to what it means when someone like him has to undertake those
み
tests
ちる
again.
ちゃんも前に再検査になった時は慌ててたけど、次の日に結果を聞いたらなんだってケロッとしてたからね。
みちるさんもですか？
だからあんまり心配しないでね。心配しすぎると牛尾ちゃんの具合も悪くなっちゃうから。
私にまで気を使っていただいて申し訳ありません。
だって三吉くんが連れてきた子だもん。
いえ、頼まれて無理についてきた。
うんうん、やっぱりね。私の勘は間違ってなかったみたい。よかった。
She suddenly starts nodding contentedly and look up at her, wondering
あ
what's
のね、
going
しお
on.
ちゃん、一つ言っとかないといけないんだけど。
何ですか？
Could it be that she's warning me to be careful when I'm alone with him? She draws her face close to her ear, to my ear, and whispers.
さっきのあざの話、嘘だからね。あざとかそんなの全然ないから。だから頑張って。
She moves her face away and lightly pats me on the back while smiling. Oh, you two were together.
三吉くん、いろいろ終わった？
Yeah, it's all done. All that's left is to head to the room they gave
そっ
us.
か。じゃあ一緒に行きましょう。
Fine, fine. Hey, Muko, let's
わ
go.
かりました。
We get up from our seats and Fushimi takes the lead. Koga walks beside her and gaze at their backs as we make our way through the hospital. As I'm walking, I think back to what Fushimi said just now.
さっきのあざの話、嘘だからね。あざとかそんなの全然ないから。だから頑張って。
This implies that she saw, but she is a nurse, so it's not that weird. Her intention was most likely to instill courage within me. Perhaps she felt sorry for deceiving me with that trick question. Basically, she was trying to play a prank on me, but meant no harm. That much I understand. So logically, this would be something to be happy about. However, my brain keeps mulling it over, whether I wanted to or not. How is she able to assert that he doesn't have one? Exactly. It's not gonna make her feel better. I had previously seen Koga's thigh, which is why I know that to be true. That's right. If she's never seen it before, then she can't say for sure that he has no birthmark. She would have said something along the lines of not knowing whether he actually has a birthmark or not. Put simply, she's the same as me. She knows that he has no birthmark and unconsciously let it slip.
それは
She has the same grounds for being able to say something like that. She saw him naked, which isn't that weird considering she's a nurse. Now it makes sense why there was already a fucking hospital background ready. No, of course they're not gonna make a hospital background exclusively for the Neko after story. They just already had it ready for this. It was needed. They just yoinked it from the future. Arriving in our room for the night, Mio starts standing up and putting the room in order. This is my first time, so it's not anything special. I'm just gonna be sleeping the entire time anyway in preparation for tomorrow.
前にも経験あるから、今回は詳しい説明はいらないかな。
No, I'll be fine. Sorry for making you do all this.
何言ってるの。これが私の仕事なんだから、そんなこと言わないの。
I guess so.
牛尾ちゃん、簡易ベッド用意してあるから、寝るときはこっちね。
はい。
Her energy from before is all but gone. She seemed worried about my having to redo the checkup, but she was pretty enthusiastic about staying the night with me. So how come she looks so depressed now? I'm laughing at myself now for getting my hopes up.
本当にさっきの、もう気にしなくていいんだよ。
いえ、気にしてません。
What are you talking about?
いいの。三吉くんは関係ないんだから。
There's something happened between the two of them. Was Mio teasing her again? Nah, she wouldn't look this objective from something like that. I'll have to ask Mooker about it in secret later.
それじゃ、私そろそろ他の患者さんのとこ行くから。何かあったらナースコールをしてね。
Got it, thanks.
牛尾ちゃんも困ったことがあったら声かけてね。
わざわざありがとうございます。
それじゃあ二人ともごゆっくり。
What's that supposed to mean? This man better get something to eat. He hasn't eaten anything all fucking day. The next day I retake my tests, and now the results are in.
お疲れ様。検査結果全然大丈夫だったよ。
That's good to hear.
ごめんね。また泊まりになっちゃって。
Nah, no big deal.
本当になんともないのですか？
大丈夫だよ。
Muko looks completely taken aback by the news, the opposite of Mio's beaming face. She probably never expected I'd be over without any trouble. I told you, happens all the time.
牛尾ちゃん、三吉くんのこといっぱい心配しちゃった？
それは
Being asked that directly, she blushes and turns away from Mio. I'm sure she didn't want anyone to know about her kiss, but her reaction practically gives it away.
私タクシーを呼んできま
Oh,
す。
they cut something out, it seems. Did they do the fug, or did they just kiss? That's the question, though. Most likely they did do the fug.
はーい、よろしくね
Muko runs off towards the front entrance of the hospital. She probably doesn't want to deal with the embarrassment that would accompany the rest of the conversation.
あらら、牛尾ちゃん、顔真っ赤だったね。
Was it?
昨日、二人きりの時に何かあったのかな？
Who knows?
何？否定しないんだ。さては昨日は優しさから青春の過ちを犯しちゃったのね。
Oh, come on now. What's youthful blunder supposed to even mean? You'd explain it in detail if I actually asked that out loud, so I decided to keep it to
ど
myself.
うなの？ねえ、勢いとかムードとかでこうガーッと流しちゃったんじゃないの？それが若さよね。
I'd never lay a hand on someone with a personality like hers for such a half-hearted reason.
へえ、じゃあ本気なんだね。ま、昔のよしみで追求しないでおいてあげる。
Why, thanks. Her eyes are brimming with curiosity. She's thoroughly enjoying herself. Trying not to put weird thoughts into her head, okay? She's got a sharp mind, so she'll get the wrong idea.
いらん誤解ね。
Yeah, I ended up having to tell her a lot of things that I didn't want to.
でも正直びっくりしたよ。まさか三吉くんが妹以外の誰かをここに連れてくるなんて思わなかったから。
Not because I want to, it only happened because Michiru begged her to come.
本当にそうなら理由つけて追い返してるでしょ。
I told her several times that she could go back without me, but she didn't listen.
でも結局
Wouldn't listen.
一緒に泊まるのを許したじゃない？
She has a trademark smile on as always. The way she sees through everything makes me lose my
それっ
cool.
てあの子が特別だからでしょ？ねえ、牛尾ちゃんに好きだって言わないの？
That's not exactly sure how to respond to such a candid question. Seeing me unable to answer, Mia was all smiles again.
もう絶対大丈夫だって。牛尾ちゃんってば三吉くんのこと好き好きオーラすっごい出してたから。
You know,
そうじゃなかったらあんな顔して私のこと見ないってば。やきもきしっぱなしだったじゃない。気づいてなかったの？言ってあげないの？
the face suddenly turns serious. Sigh heavily as I stare straight back at her. Not yet, at least. That's some other stuff I need to take care of first.
早く言えるようになるといいね。
Anyway, I should get going now. Thanks for everything.
はーい。また次の定期検診の時にね。お大事に。
We wave goodbye to each other and I leave the building. It's only been a day, but it feels like I've been away for months. Nothing of interest happens after that, and we arrive back to school without incident. Let me check for a fucking message again. Okay, that fucking explains it. I'd also be pissed off if something like that happens. I'm not gonna actually say it out loud because privacy. I'm not gonna fucking just tattle on it, but just know that people that pull shit like that, like what happened there, people like that ought to be skinned alive. Or at the very least skinned of their money. this. I don't know. The fucking music! Far wherever you are, I fucking know what I'm doing anymore. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm looking for something, that's right. Anyways, nothing of interest happened after that, and we were back to school without incident. Although we came back here together, we didn't really say much to each other. Well, Muko's looking uncomfortable didn't help, but it's not like I can do anything about that. I've got enormous responsibility on my hands now, so I'm thinking about taking a step back for the time being.
そうですね。
Oh, she responded. Has you regained enough of her energy to hold a normal conversation? I guess it's because of how much has happened since I first came here.
ええ、それは私も同じように感じます。
She answered without looking my way. She's still a bit fidgety and restless, but she's trying to act normal for the most part. Should I take this chance to confirm one last thing? Don't pretend to forget this time, okay? Thought that you might try to pull the same stunt again.
それはなかったことにしてほしかったという意味ですか?
You twist my words again. No, you couldn't be more wrong. Her eyes are full of suspicion. She looks like she has something she wants to say, but I can't tell what exactly is going through her head. I know that you could do a much better job of pretending it never happened if you actually
当
wanted
たり
to.
前です。
I've got a suggestion then.
何ですか?
How about we put what happened yesterday on hold for now? Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to postpone it because I want to.
いえ、 弁解は必要ありません。君の意図は分かっています。今はそれどころではありません。早く20年前のことを調べなくてはならない。
Yeah, if your hypothesis is true and the night students aren't actually dead, we might be able to meet Omaru again.
ええ。
She regains her cool when I bring up Omaru, and she nods with a grave look on her face. She's back to her usual self. It's amazing to me how quickly she can shift gears.
必ず真実を突き止めてみせます。
It's reassuring that she's able to say that, but having seen the other side of her, it's a bit boring. Hey,
何
Muko.
ですか？
I just remembered that I forgot to tell you something. I don't want anyone else to hear it, so come
何の
closer.
相談です？
She walks up to me, looking confused. I lean forward and bring my mouth to her ear.
何か明暗でも考えついたのですか？
No, that's not it.
では何なのです？
With my lips almost touching the edge of your ear, I whisper. The outfit looks good on you. You look super cute. Her face turns crimson instantly. She's left speechless by the sudden compliment and barely manages to turn her head to look at me. That's all I had to say. I'll be heading back to my room now. See ya. I leave her standing there, petrified, and walk off. I'm thoroughly satisfied by that reaction of hers. That level of messing with her should be safe. Probably.
保留って言ったくせに
I turn a deaf ear to the complaints coming from behind me. Thanks for playing. Actually, how the fuck are they gonna handle both Michiru and fucking Mitsuyoshi being here now? Is Michiru just gonna go to the classes instead? Frank?
全問正解おめでとう。とても素晴らしい結果ね。私も嬉しいわ。
I can actually read these this time.
ところで、お祝いはどうしたらいいかしら。前回と違って、今回は台本がないのよね。少し、私も困っているのだけど。やったね。パーフェクトだよ。すごいよ。ごめんなさい。やっぱり忘れて。
I refuse. Click here to review your reward CG. This time it actually showed up. It opened my browser. What exemplary results. That makes me happy. And it is Rito in like a nice coat, a fucking umbrella, and more like a parasol, I guess. And a nice hat just sitting on a bench while it's snowing. I guess it is kind of an umbrella then. And of course with the record next to her. Open folder. There's both. Oh, that's the one in big. You know what? Fuck it. Might as well. You know what? Fuck it. Save it. Save it. Save it and put it in my fucking background folder. I earned it. I'm still salted that for some reason the fucking reward CG. Anyways, back
タ
to
イトル
title.
に戻りますか？
時計仕掛けのレイライン。残影の夜が明けるとき。
So how was this game? Next time we'll be moving on to the third game. And I'm gonna go and install the all ages, the RA team patch now, and most likely have to replay the entire game because it's probably going to delete my save again. Bye.